we are at mile 1, and can I just say, just go ahead and pinch me. Go on now. That's Danny Williams. No, former Premier Danny Williams, and now President and CEO of the St. John's Ice Caps. How are you?
I'm great. I couldn't be happier, actually. I found another life, and it's great. It's hockey, of course, and business are loves of mine from a long way back, so it couldn't be better.
Well, is that your favorite title? Like, I mean, you've had a lot.
Yeah, I just like being involved with the team. Like, the titles are not important, but it's being involved with a hockey team again for me is a real high, and it's a rebirth. I mean, actually, one of the guys, the announcer who we just hired, said it's a rebirth for him too. It's like he's got a whole new life, and that's the way I feel.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I love to shop, so I've always dreamed about owning a store, and I know that you're a huge hockey player, so has this always been a dream?
Well, it has. I was involved with the Leafs when they were here, but I was on the board of directors and I was appointed by the city, so we were there in a different capacity. Now, we don't own the team, but we're leasing it, and hopefully down the road we'll get a franchise for St. John sooner or later. So this is a first step along that road, but it's great. We've got full control of this. We're organising it, and we've got great support from the fans and from the corporate sponsorships.
Right.
And our job now is to put a good game night product together and put a great team on the ice there, and that's what we hope to do.
Well, perfect venue for it, and certainly the anticipation is building, and you're like, I don't want to put any pressure on you, but you're a couple months away, not even. Are you worried?
Well, no.
You look calm.
No, I must say we've had a lot to do, and Glenn Stanford has been basically rushed off his feet, but he's done it before, I've been involved before, and I like compressed time frames. I find you just produce better in a short time frame. It's like cramming for exams, same type of thing.
Oh gosh, yeah. Well, you do well under pressure, that's for sure. Now let's talk about it, because at CNBC we celebrate the 4 Atlantic provinces, and if there's ever somebody that has an affinity for this place, it's you. Tell me, growing up here, what it was like, and what's it like now for you?
Well, we're going through a renaissance here in the city and in the province. It's now a different city. It's more of a cosmopolitan, international type of a city. But old St. John's has a lot of history here, and of course, I grew up in the west end of St. John's a long, long time ago, and so this actual area here where the rink is sort of the heart of where I hung out, where I played, baseball in backyards and walked to go to hockey rinks and things like that. So I'm a St. John's person through and through.
Sure.
And but of course overall, Newfoundlander and Labradorian, and that's why this team has got to be a provincial team as well.
Yes.
And our logo incorporates the ice and the ice background, the icebergs, the ice-capped mountains, and so I must say it's quite exciting. It really is.
Very good. Okay, and now you've traveled everywhere with your work, and you're landing in welcome everybody to St. John's, Newfoundland, if this is your home. How do you feel? What's that feeling for you?
Well, for me, Newfoundland and Labrador is it. I think it's the most magical, beautiful place on earth. I've always referred to it in politics and even privately as Canada's youngest, coolest province, and I actually really believe that.
Yeah.
I really think we've got a lot going for us here, but that's not to take anything away from the other Atlantic provinces or the rest of Canada, but we're a special place. We're a special people. We live in a beautiful land with lousy weather, and that just makes us really unique.
It's been bad everywhere.
It's been really bad though this summer, but that happens, but we've got a lot of things to be thankful for here.
Indeed. Now, okay, you talked about this being St. John's team, but really this is the Atlantic Province's hockey team. Hey, if we're going to get behind it.
Well, it is. It's ironic because when we were involved with the Leafs, there were teams in the other provinces as well, with the exception of Prince Edward Island. But now we're the only Atlantic team. Of course, now there are obviously junior teams. There's a junior team in Halifax as well.
Right.
But we are the AHL professional team in this region, and I actually think that you'll get people travelling from other Atlantic provinces to Newfoundland and Labrador, not only to see the team, but to get the whole St. John's hockey, George Street hospitality experience.
The vibe.
And that's why this is so important to do your business here. This is a huge business impetus for this region, and I'm just really thrilled with it.
Indeed, and we are too. Now, I'm a huge Red Sox fan. Do you like the Red Sox?
I do like the Sox, absolutely.
So I think of Theo Epstein, and I say to myself, he is so hands-on. Is that going to be you?
Yeah, very much so, especially in the initial stages. I mean, to get this off the ground, we really need to make sure that this is done right, and I couldn't have a better person in Glenn Stanford. Like I said, he's been there before in St. John's, he's been there in Abbotsford, he's been in Hamilton, so he's done it. But there's a lot to be done in a very short period of time. So I have to be hands-on. We're now just starting to get our staff together, and we won't even have a full staff complement probably till about a month before we open up.
Right.
That's too late. So we've got a lot to do now.
Right.
So yeah, I'll be there, and I'll be there for support, and of course, just to get the seats all sold here, we've really hyped it up, and the fans have really stepped up. So
we've already. I mean, we're not a hockey site, and we've had a lot of people. I mean, the interest is phenomenal. Well, it's going to be a great season.
It's incredible. You know, I wasn't surprised. I expected we'd get good take up, but I didn't think it would be as much as it is. I was hoping, perhaps we'd probably get 35 to 400 season ticket holders, and that was a stretch. We'll now go. We're certainly beyond 45 now as it is, and I think we'll go over 5 in pre-season sales before we open the doors on opening night. And of course, that's the highest in the entire American Hockey League.
Wow, yeah.
So we're the toast of the league without having played, and that's nice. It's really
that
nice.
Sounds very Danny Williams-esque, I must say. Now I've got you, and I'm wondering 2 things. A, do you have a mascot yet? Because I'm looking for work.
It's a big secret. We haven't disclosed yet who it's going to be. There's been lots of people that have been suggested. Of course,
right.
And Buddy the Puppet has been suggested as the previous mascot.
Oh.
So,
Will it be a new one?
Well, it could be, and that's something we're in the process of finalising
Dun. Stay tuned. Will that be an opening night thing in October?
Likely, but because it's so important, we may get that out before, because it's important to the people, important to the kids too.
Right. Yeah. I'm small, but I'm scrappy, so I could probably fill in any mascot.
And you got to have
costume.
you've got lots of energy. And
I do,
that's
lots
what
of
you
caffeine.
Need, lots of energy, yeah.
And I also do a killer anthem.
Oh, well, perfect.
Is that true?
I'm going to have to put your name in the running then.
All right,
Definitely.
very good. Danny Williams, everybody. Congratulations on
Thank
everything.
You very much.
And go Ice Caps, hey? Go Ice Caps.
Go Ice Caps.